Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I did try to record this video yesterday, but for some reason I just didn't like how it turned out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and redo it. Don't mind my makeup, I'm just gonna, so it's not so harsh. Okay, anywho, let's talk about the biggest topic right now, the COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus. So the coronavirus is a respiratory illness that can spread from person to person. The first outbreak was in Wuhan, China. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't really know how to pronounce it. They think it came from animals that they were eating over there. Obviously, like, we have a lot of packaging and stuff that comes from China because they're one of our biggest distributors. So that's how I got brought over into the... Hold on. If I don't put my hair up, I'm going to keep messing with it. That's how I got brought over into the other countries. And then it just keeps spreading because I honestly don't know about the whole 6-foot thing. I think as long as you're a distance away from them, because it's spread through coughing or sneezing from an infected person. So say I was infected and I sneezed on my husband. Now he has COVID-19. And then my kids have COVID-19. So as long as, like, you don't cough or sneeze on anyone, which also is considered a felony right now, or an act of terrorism, so don't do it. It's not funny. Don't cough on people. Don't say I have COVID-19. Don't say I have the coronavirus. Don't do any of that, because it's not funny. You will get into big trouble. If you guys watch social media or you watch the news, you will know that there was a woman who actually got in trouble for doing that. I've actually seen some TikToks of people doing that, and I don't know if they got in trouble, but like I said, I do know about the lady that coughed and sneezed on the produce. It was like 35 grand worth of freaking produce. She coughed on it and said she had coronavirus, so they arrested her. So there are 140,904 cases altogether. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's just in general. And then there's over 2,405 deaths. So it's not as, it's bad, because 2,000 deaths is freaking serious. I really wish people would be taking this seriously. As of right now, like, our Walmart has now roped off the front entrance. Most of the store has, like, where you can't, like, get within 6 feet of somebody. And the other door down at the end is closed off. So, my husband just got back from the store. He said that Aldi's is only allowing a certain amount of people inside. No, like, once they run out of carts.
Yeah, you can only go in if you have a cart.
You can only go in if you have a cart, and when he got there was no carts. So, just, like, I'm not entirely sure what that means. But, I will insert some facts and stuff that I have found online myself. There is a website that you can go to. I will try to find it and link it down below as well. If you have it, like, you won't know until 2 weeks after you've already had it. It takes 2 weeks to start showing symptoms. And symptoms are fever, coughing, and shortness of breath. You'll feel like a burning in your throat, and your chest will hurt a lot. And then you'll need to call. I don't think you can just go in. I think you have to call and tell them, hey, I think I have COVID-19, and they will instruct you where to go, because I believe, at least in America, or in Illinois, there is specific places to go for the COVID-19. Ways that you can help avoid it is just stay away from anyone sick. Technically, we're on quarantine right now. Like, nobody's supposed to be out and about. You can go out and get your essentials, like grocery shopping and all that, which it's been 2 weeks since we shop. We shop every 2 weeks, which is when he gets paid. So he went out by himself and shopped today. We did not take the kids or anything. I was walking through Walmart the other day to get, because today's my husband's birthday. I was getting stuff for his birthday, and I saw a group of 3 adults with 5 children. Why did the 5 children have to be in there? Why couldn't 1 or 2 of the 3 adults sit in the car with them or stay at home with them? Nobody, in Illinois at least, I don't know how the rest of America is or the rest of the country is taking this very seriously. And it's a very serious situation. Like, I know McDonald's, I just found out last night that when I go into work on Sunday, they're going to be taking my temperature. Apparently they're checking people's temperature before you even clock in. If you even remotely have a fever, they are going to send you home and find someone else to replace you. Huh?
I said no.
Oh. If you do have to work, like, it's literally supposed to be only the essentials, which apparently I'm considered an essential. Not going to complain, because at least I still have... Huh?
Sacrificial, not essential.
I'm not complaining because I am able to still work. I am making money still. I'm able to provide for my family. Yes, dear. Hold on. Sorry, she finished her ice cream and wanted some more. So, and her dad's sitting right there on the couch. It's like they think I'm the only one that can do things. Anyways, if you do have to go talk to Dad. Go talk to Dad. He's in the kitchen. If you do have to be out and about, please make sure you are washing your hands and sanitizing when you go into the stores or into a restaurant or something. Don't be rude about it, though, because I'm telling you what, like, people have been so rude coming through work lately. They act like I have some kind of disease, like, the disease. And I'm like, if anything, I am more sanitary than you are right now, because we literally... I can't insert a video from my work because I'm not allowed to. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't have a fever or anything. I don't have this coronavirus. I just, for some reason, my nose is like really, really running, which is probably because of allergies, and I can feel it going down the back of my throat. And it makes me cough, and then I gag, and then I want to vomit, and we don't want none of that. Anyways, if you are out and about, though, be kind to the service workers, like fast food, the grocery stores. I'm trying to think of what all is open right now. Gas stations. I don't know if those people have had any problems. Like, I constantly see on social media how everyone's like, thank you to everyone that are the clerks, or the... What are they called? What are the people in, like, the supermarkets called? Is it just clerks?
Anybody
Okay.
at a register is basically a clerk.
Anyways, they are like thanking people who work in the grocery stores. They're thanking the police department, the fire, or not the fire department, the paramedics and the hospitals and all that. And I'm grateful for them too, because they're putting their lives on the line more than I am. And well, not the grocery store. Hey, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Anyways.
They're not watching it.
But it kind of like... It's like a slap in the face to us because we're just as exposed as everyone else. We have had people screaming and yelling at us at work because we're not wearing gloves, which I actually got into an argument with somebody about a couple days ago because they took it as me saying that gloves and masks don't work at all. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying was that if you are wearing gloves, it's just going to be an issue because you have to change them literally after every use. And again, I have some gloves I'm going to show you guys and explain to you. I'm also going to show you how we wash our hands at work and how often we sanitize that and everything, but we'll get into that in just a second. But he was arguing with me because I had said that something to the extent of that wouldn't really work at where I'm working, because what they were saying was that I needed to be wearing gloves. I do work at McDonald's. The minute you clock in, here, I'm just going to show you. Hold on. Okay, and as you can see, like, as soon as we clock in, we wash our hands very thoroughly. A lot of my coworkers actually have cuts and stuff on their hands from washing them so much and them getting dried out. We wash our hands every 30 minutes. We also sanitize and wipe down anything in the store, over by the drink station, over by the food, like where they make everyone's food. They wipe down the tables, they sanitize it, and they wash their hands, and then we wash our hands as we sanitize stuff up front as well. When we are handing out, we try very hard not to touch the customer because that is cross-contamination. Before this even started, we tried doing that because, again, it's cross-contamination. That's why we don't accept anything from through the window. Like, there's a trash can up ahead, throw it away. If you're wearing a mask, it has to be an N95. The paper ones aren't going to do much for you. Like the little ones that you can get from the store, those aren't going to do much for you, especially with the coronavirus. You're going to want to have an N95 mask, which apparently is very hard to breathe through and very uncomfortable. So that's why we don't wear them at McDonald's. We also don't wear gloves because if we wore gloves, we would literally have to hand you your food, or we would hand you your drink, have to change our gloves, wash our hands, put gloves back on, and then hand you your food, tell you have a nice day, take the gloves off again, and go wash our hands. That would be very time consuming, and then we would get yelled at for because it was taking too long for you guys to get, for the customers to get their food. So we just literally, somebody touches us, or like after we hand it out, we sanitize our hands. They're right there by the window. Anytime you see somebody like go like this and then like this, it's because they're sanitizing their hands. Again, we do wash our hands every 30 minutes at my job, as well as sanitizing every 30 minutes and sanitizing our hands every 30 minutes, or you know what I mean. So, you should wash your hands for 20 seconds. As you saw, I did mine for 20 seconds. Make sure you get underneath your fingernails, in between your thumbs and stuff. If you are using hand sanitizer, it has to be 60% alcohol-based sanitizer. If you are using anything below 60%, it's not really killing any germs. It's just kind of like making your hands smell good. Or like making you seem like you're using I don't know. A nurse told me that it has to be 60% alcohol. Other than that, just be kind to each other, because this is a rough time for everyone, not just people who are on the front line. I feel terrible. I feel terrible for anyone who has had to have their work shut down, who is without a job right now and is struggling to pay bills. A family member of mine is actually possibly going through that issue, and I told her that I will help her any way that I can. Again, right now my husband's work is shut down for just the week. Like today's the last day. You start back on Monday, right? Tuesday? Monday?
No, it was shut down for a day.
Oh, I thought you said it was shut down. Oh, you took it.
I took it.
You took a week off. Okay, I'm sorry. His work shut down for one day, and he just took the week off because it's, what, 3 days? 2 days? Yeah. They sanitized his entire place of work, and then they went back to work. He goes back to work on Monday, I believe. So we have a little bit of income coming through there, and then my hours have changed, so I'm not making as much as I was as well. Excuse me. Anyways, like I said, I will leave a link down below if I can find it, for the places where I get my information from, where I go to. I don't feel well. I'm going to go wash my hands after this, obviously. But we have been in our house. We haven't really gone anywhere. We go to the store occasionally. We let the kids play outside and all that. But we haven't been to the parks. We haven't been going out and about like we usually do. I mean, you guys have seen my vlogs. You see that we go out to Edison's or Chuck E. Cheese, or, you know, for walks and stuff like that. But we haven't been doing any of that. We've been trying to follow the guidelines that the government has placed in order for us. Everyone's thinking that martial law is going to go into effect because people aren't following the guidelines. So if you can stay home, please just stay home. If you cannot, please take precautions. As in, like, you don't really necessarily have to wear a mask or gloves. Again, like I said, I showed you before that wearing gloves isn't really going to do much unless you're changing them after every use. Say you went to the store. Okay, so you get out and you put your gloves on. You walk into the store and you grab your cart. That cart is already contaminated, okay? So anything you touch after that cart is going to be contaminated. So if you go to the, say you need milk, so you go to the back of the store, anything you touch along the way is now contaminated. And whoever was before you also contaminated it. Then you go and you check out and you pay with your cash and you go out to your car. Before you get in your car, you take your gloves off and then you put new gloves on and then you put the groceries in the car. Those groceries are already contaminated, so now your gloves are contaminated. So now you're driving with contaminated gloves. And you go to a restaurant because you're thirsty, so you want to get a drink. So you go up to the cash, you go in through the drive-thru because you can't go inside. You go through the drive-thru and you grab a large Coke. Because we have had a lot of people just coming through and just getting drinks. So you get a large Coke. You didn't change your gloves before you got before you got up to my window. So now everything that I touch after that is going to be contaminated. That is why we don't wear gloves. As soon as we cash you out, we sanitize our hands. That money may be contaminated, but I am not contaminated now, so I will not contaminate the next person. That's the same thing that happens at the second window. So you get your soda and you go home. Before you go in the door, you take off your gloves and you open your door and you go inside and you grab all your groceries and stuff. Everything in your house is not contaminated because you decided to wear gloves around the entire store. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, unless you're absolutely changing it from the moment you left your car to the grocery cart, change it before you get to the grocery cart, and then you push your grocery cart around and you put all your groceries in your car and you take your gloves off and you change them and you get in your car and then you go get a drink and then you change your gloves again. That's a lot of changing your gloves. That's a lot of money being wasted. It is just easier to either carry around hand sanitizer that is 60% alcohol based or wash your hands if you can. Don't touch your face as well. Don't touch your mouth. Don't touch your nose. Don't touch your eyes. If you can't do that, then don't be out and about. End of story. I hope you guys all stay well, stay safe. Until next time, guys. Bye.